What can I do?
All right.
I'm gonna do it for you. Watch this. We're gonna start with like there's all sorts of different wells to pick from because we've created a multiverse that all these different wells can come from, and so that's a joy and a privilege as an actor to get to like pull from this multiverse because the producers and writers have created this organic reasoning that actually makes sense. Like, you know what, that Wells can be, well, he can be this Wells, or he can be this Wells, or he can be like, you know, actually nobody wants the mime Wells. We did that last year, and that got about as much screen time as the mime Wells gets, but it's been a privilege to do that. My starting point, you know, is the Reverse Flash for everything I do. You know, he's the Flash, I'm the Reverse Flash, and you're gonna have to have that Superman Lex Luthor reckoning again and again and again because it's in the comic and it's, you know, it's part of our history, but you don't want to rush into it. You know, it's like you can't do what we did season 1 every season, so we're gonna pick and choose our spots, but I'm always hopeful to get that suit on again.
And you know exactly which Wells are we gonna see this season?
No, well, we're gonna see some. I think we're gonna like have different different elements of the of a Wells character. We're gonna start with Harry, but we've already done that. So I think one of the things that we like to do is like, okay, here's an opportunity, an organic opportunity to have the same face and the same look and the same name, but be a different character. And I think we want to take advantage of that.
So which Wells do you enjoy more playing?
Yeah, not politically correct, because it sounds like a politically correct answer to say I like them all, but I really do. They're so different. Like, for example, in a scene last year, I did one where Harry from season 2 is talking to HR, and HR thinks Harry, I made this decision that HR thinks Harry is the best thing ever, and Harry thinks HR is an idiot, you know, and the idea that I got to do those things, like that goes back into like, you know, it's like Twelfth Night or Shakespearean, where it's like Viola, and you know, it's like suddenly you get to be, I get to play one version and another version, and they're facing off against each other. I mean, like I say, the show has offered a lot of like joy and privilege, and that was one of those great joyous moments.
How are we ever going to get a drag queen with us?
You know what you should do is talk to like the writers and submit that. I think there should be all sorts of, like we talked earlier about a female Wells, and like we have Jesse Quick, but a female Flash. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, look, we have the multiverse and we have the reasoning behind all of it, and they created it. So there's really nothing we can't do.
We've had a villain Wells. If there was a hero Wells, what superhero would you want to be?
What superhero?
We've had the Reverse Flash.
Yeah. No, it's a great question. In other words, like, how would you? I guess the question you'd first start with, like, what would you want to do? What strengths would you want to differentiate between like Reverse Flash, Yellow Suit, and actual Wells, and what strengths would he bring? And I think, you know, I think you'd want to bring some element of, ego, I think is always good, and obnoxiousness, and humor. You know what I mean? And I think there's been elements of all those Wells that we've seen already. Like Harry, you know, no social skills, you know what I mean? HR, like, he's good, you know, so there's a lot of, you'd have to find out exactly what you could do that would be different from the Reverse Flash, you know what I mean? But still make it interesting enough, so.
Would you say that HR is the one that suits more your personality?
No, they're all part, like, you know, they're all part of, it's interesting, right? They're all like, they all feel organic and they're easy to get into because they're all like, I'm bringing all parts of me to them, you know? And so I like that, you know, I like the idea that as the Reverse Flash, like for years I would be offered, you know, like if I got offers, they'd be nice guy parts, and then once I started doing this, most of the offers I get are like bad guys, villains, and the Reverse Flash kind of did that for me, and so I'm grateful for that because every actor wants to show a full range of emotion and full scale things.
Would you say your job?
We have to take him. I'm so sorry. We got to take him.
Sorry, it's nice to talk to you. Cheers. Have a good time.